He's answering all these questions, but eventually he gets to the point and he says, listen, you got to be around people that you want to be like. And without hesitation, I said, okay, let me work for you. Okay, so it is junior year in college. I am laying in bed, pretty much ready to go to sleep. And I get a call from a friend, and he said, there's an art show going on. You should pop through. I think it'd be a really good look, and it's going to be great networking. At the time, my whole shtick was I would show up to networking events in downtown Chicago with hand-painted postcards, drawings, different things that were easily carryable in my backpack. And I would just hand them out to whether it was people of influence, organizers, folks I was networking with, or pretty much anybody at the time, because I just wanted to meet new people and get myself into the scene of the city. So I show up to the art show, and my friend introduces me to the photographer whose show it is. And I give him one of these hand-painted postcards, and immediately he says, I know who you gotta meet. And he walks me over to this guy, and he says, Lalo, meet Lefty. He introduces Lefty and says, Lefty is a professional artist that has a studio in the agency that I work at. So I proceed to ask him every single question in the book that I had at the time about what it means to be a professional working artist, and he's answering all these questions. But eventually he gets to the point and he says, listen, you got to be around people that you want to be like. And without hesitation, I said, okay, let me work for you. And he looks at me crazy because I just met this guy, right? And he thinks for a second and says, okay, I'm going to be in the studio tomorrow at 9 o'clock. I need help cleaning the studio and reorganizing things. Pull up and we can chat some more. I was like, great. Next morning, I pull up at 8:45, ready to, again, ask every single question that I didn't ask the night before and everything that I wrote down, because I was so dedicated to figuring out, how do you be an artist for a living? How do you be a full-time working artist? And I swept this man's floors asking him questions for hours. Fast forward, I'm a year and a half into living in Miami, and I kind of just wanted to figure out what the new thing was going to be, where I was going to go next. And so I randomly FaceTime Lefty and I say, hey, how's LA treating you? Da, da, da. And he says, it's great. If you want to come out here and just kind of taste test it, make some paintings, and, be out here for a couple of weeks, you're more than welcome. So I take him up on that. I put all my stuff in storage in Miami. I buy a flight to LA, and I stay out there 2 weeks. And after the 2 weeks, pretty much everybody knew that I had met in LA, and other folks that I had known that lived in LA told me, you need to figure out a way to stay. Lefty came back around and pitched me the idea. He said, listen, I have this extra bed in this loft that you can sleep and stay at, and you can live here. In exchange, when I need you at a drop of a hat to be my studio assistant, I need you to help work for me. And so, like any rational, sane person, I said yes. And 1 year turned to 2 that we did this and had this arrangement. And within that time, I did my first solo exhibition. I did not have the money to fund this show. And Lefty was willing to front the cash that was necessary to hang the work, get all the materials to stretch it, all the canvases, the paint, because I had a little bit of money to help start putting on the show, but the show in its entirety rounded up to around 13 grand by the end of it, just to put on the show. And I got the spot for free. So just so people understand how much art shows tend to take in terms of just cost, it's a lot, okay? It's not for the faint of heart, right? And he put his dollar behind me. He put a bet on me. I think since the day that he met me, that I was worth investing time, energy, and eventually money into to see my dreams, my goals come to life. Fortunately, the night of the show, we sold enough art to be able to pay him back. I paid him back in full the next day. The reason I'm telling this story is a couple reasons. One, it's my boy's birthday. He's turning 75, and I'm so happy that he's made it this long. I love you to death, dude. Happy birthday. You don't look a day over 56. And the second reason is because I think it's so crucially important that everybody remains open to the universe and your gut intuition. Because on that night that I decided to go to that art show, a big part of me wanted to stay in bed. But the bigger part of my gut told me, you better get your ass up and go to that show, because you never know what's going to happen, right? And the butterfly effect of that is, I don't even know if I would have this studio in LA right now had I not taken that gamble and that leap of faith to go and see what this show's about. And that thing ended up being the thing that got me out here, the thing that got me all these other opportunities, and the snowball effect of what's been my art career. All this to say, remain open to the universe, listen to your gut, follow your dreams, and you just need one person to believe in the vision and the things that you are doing in order to continue going. And it starts with you. But you will find people that want to see your vision and your dream come true. And it always goes back to the saying that I absolutely love and will never get rid of. You still haven't met all the people that are going to love you yet. And if you remain open, incredible things can happen. Your life can change. And everything that you want in this life is achievable. You just have to go get it. And you got to be around people that you want to be like. Don't surround yourself with people that you don't want to be like. You're wasting your time. Have a phenomenal Wednesday.